What's up, people? I am back for another video. Today, originally I was going to review The Room. I'll get back to that at some point. But today, this is going to be my first wrestling related video in a while. But to me, this is too big of a turn to not talk about. And it's weird talking about it now. Because I was actually thinking about doing this video when he initially turned. Now I'm talking about the John Cena heel turn. I was originally going to try to talk about it after Elimination Chamber, but I think it worked out better doing it now that we've seen Cena's first promo as a heel. And so I'm going to be talking about that a little bit. Obviously, the turn itself and what I think it means for wrestling and what they could do with it and what I would like them to do with it. So we'll do that today. I think tomorrow, like I said, I'll do Karate Kid. We'll do the first Karate Kid tomorrow since I'm pretty much almost done with Cobra Kai. I'll do a Spad Seagal film. I'll try to find like one of his more later ones, and we'll do that one, and then do that on Thursday, and Wednesday, and I'll figure out what to do Thursday. And then Friday, figure out something to do. So Thursday and Friday is the only day I'm going to try to kind of on the fly figure out what to do. But at least Monday, today through Tuesday, it's technically Tuesday, but yeah, it's Tuesday and Wednesday I got pretty much planned out. So, but anyway, John Cena's heel turn, watching it live was surreal. It was kind of happy too that I watched it with a group of friends, and what a turn. Like, it's just something that has been theorized, what people have wanted for a long fucking time. And apparently, Cena's even revealed himself that they wanted to turn him heel back in 2012. They had, like, new music, a new, like, look, and new gear. Like, they had, like, a new thing decked out and everything. If you think about it, if you remember at that time, he had that, granted it wasn't a great feud, but in terms of a long game feud, I guess it kind of makes sense, obviously, with what happened recently. But this is like, at that time, they were doing that Embrace the Hate story with Cena and Kane. So I'm assuming that heel turn Y in 2012 was going to happen, because they were clearly, that was going to be the fallout from that. But they, obviously, Vince put the kibosh on it. And I understood to an extent why Vince never wanted to turn John heel. Was because there was not another like, now you have Cody Rhodes filling that void of the top babyface, right? Kind of doing the Cena role. Whereas there wasn't a babyface who could do that schedule. Because unfortunately, I love Jeff, but he was over. But he had his demons. Randy Orton, I love Randy, but he wasn't, I don't think he had the, like, it's weird, because it's kind of funny, because I think now you've seen Randy, I definitely think he has that mainstream appeal now, but I don't know if Vince didn't think he had the full-on, like, he was still treated well, it's just, he was like, look at John Cena, Batista back in the day, it's the same kind of deal, he was like the second guy. I think it also is because Randy was often the heel compared to Cena majority of the time, or even when they were both baby faces. Randy Orton was more of like the tweener type baby face, where he wasn't like kissing babies and like your cool clean cut baby face. Like, Orton would still do kind of heelish things, just doing them on heels now instead of baby faces. So to see Cena finally fill that role, and they never pulled the trigger, and it finally happened in the moment when he turned on Cody. The Rock did the neck thing and beat up Cody with a chair, with the Rolex. Hit him, Rock whipped him with the belt, the iron, the weight belt, and Cena choking out Cody with a tie. Like, Cena really nailed it. Like, one thing I will give Cena is his acting skills. Like, I've given him acting skills in, like, for his movies. I think it carries over into wrestling because the way he was able to switch from the smiling John when he gave Cody the dap, and then the switch to the just stone cold heel face. He really nailed it. And then I guess we can talk about the promo on Raw where he finally talked, after almost a month of, like, 2-3 weeks of speculation. Like, oh, what's John Cena gonna say? And I'll be honest, when he came out and they didn't change his theme or change his look, I was initially a little bit like, oh, but the way Cena explained it, like, you expect me to do a new look. I think it was almost smarter to do it this way. That he's like, you know what, fuck you. I'm not gonna change my look. I'm gonna do this very heelish promo in my same Cena gear, and it does hit different. Because he didn't do the run to the ring, none of that. He did a slow walk, he was just quiet, no smile. The way he went on the crowd, this was a promo he clearly wanted to cut for a long time. You could tell. Where he basically is like, I'm a victim, I've been in an abusive relationship, I've gave you my all and it was not enough, and he's like, fuck you finally. And he went in on the fans, brought up Super Cena, essentially, referenced fucking, even, like, invisible, the whole you can't see me meme, called that stupid. It was kind of surreal seeing Cena call, like, the fans idiots. I'm like, whoa. I've never seen, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I never thought I'd see the day I'd see a heel Cena promo where he's going in on the crowd, calling them sons of bitches. I'm kind of cool they didn't change his gear. I'm hoping maybe, like, at Mania he'll get a new look, but I'm kind of cool you don't have to show the new look for right now. Granted, if Cena's gonna be cutting promos like it's, I don't give a fuck what gear he wears, to be honest. He could keep the same gear for all I care. It hits either way. And it did help doing it in the European crowd. That crowd really was like, Cena had them in the palm of his hands. He really is a master. I'm not even the biggest Cena guy, but he really is a master of, like, I've seen Roman, I think Roman said in a promo, like, a master of taking something and spin it. He really does. That is a real talent he has, and he makes it work. And now as a heel, for years, is something a lot of us have wanted, and it's finally happened. And in a way, I'm kind of happy they waited. Granted, would this promo have hit more probably in 2012 because he would have been on, like, every week, and it would have hit a bit better in that sense, as he would have been on every week, wrestling every week. They would have done more, but I'm also cool that they didn't, because the impact in a way is like 20 fucking 2 years of pent up rage that he finally just let out. He even ended with, like, I'm dumping you. He even went on the Let's Go Cena people. Like, he went on obviously he did Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks. He called the Cena sucks people Cena suck jack-offs. And went on Let's Go Cena people. It's just wild. It seems like, I don't care about you. He even called out a kid in the crowd. It was like, oh my god. Cena, like, went rogue. And this is, like, the most... Cena's already great on the mic. To see him as a heel finally. And I'm happy that I kind of waited to do this video now that he's done his first promo. And then, Cody coming out there. And I like he kept it kind of basic and said, I don't want to face this bitch version of John Cena. But the moment they get a back and forth Cody, low-key, I don't know, man. Cena, he really does know how to rip apart. Like, he owned AJ on the mic. But now, Cena turning heel, it does change a lot of my predictions. Because there's a lot, not predictions, but, like, a lot of who I wanted Cena to face. Like, who I wanted Cena to face at WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania, but, like, throughout this retirement tour. I mean, some of them, like obviously CM Punk, Randy Orton, those are gonna say it actually works better now that he's a heel. But low key, even though this was like a, I don't think this needed to be a pay per view match, but even just like on a Raw for like a quick 10-minute match, I would have liked to seen Dom versus Cena. One, because Cena knows Ray's father, but they can't do that now that Dom's a heel. Now that Cena's a heel, I wanted Cena Drew. I think Cena Drew would have been really a good back and forth, especially the way Drew's been carrying himself on the mic. Cena's a heel now, so that kind of out of the bag. But honestly, him turning heel does make things better, honestly, and more interesting because there's so many dream matches you can do. Him and Punk. Imagine, like, I've been seeing a lot of people, and I kind of agree, say that Punk should be the one that almost brings Cena to the light in a way. One of Cena's most feared rivals, who usually was the heel, or like the tweener of the feud, where he's more heelish compared to Cena, or he's flat out a heel, be the one to bring him to the light. Him or like Randy, because I think Randy would work too, because imagine Randy trying to talk some sense into Cena, being like, I'm supposed to be the bad guy, not you, John. Like that back and forth would hit. And they confirmed recently that Backlash is gonna be in St. Louis this year. Do Cena and Orton have Cena? Because in my mind, this goes into Cena needs to win against Cody. After this promo, especially, Cena needs to win. Cody could always win it back. It's not like Cena needs to win it clean. I would have him win it dirty, obviously. Shenanigans with the help of The Rock and maybe some other people. And you have Cena hold the title till SummerSlam. 3 months. Not even really 4 months, because it's like late into April by that point. So it's like 3.5 months, basically. That's not that long. And Cena's going to be around a lot in May, so, and after Mania. So I don't think it's gonna hurt to have to do Cena Orton at Backlash. Granted, part of me wanted to do it a little bit later in the year, but I think Backlash does work, and in a way, having Orton be Cena's first opponent actually makes sense. And imagine face Orton like trying to the back and forth, and Orton having to like almost try to talk to John, be like, "You're not supposed to be the bad guy. I'm supposed to be the bad guy." Like that back and forth. And in real life, Cena and Orton are friends. So you could have Cena like try to make it personal with Randy. You know? And have like Cena say something, like have Cena go in on Orton's legacy. Have Cena be like, Orton, you're never gonna be the guy. It was always me. Like have Cena kind of gloat that over Orton. That would actually make the feud very interesting. And we all know Orton, especially when he wants to. And Orton, I feel like there was a period, I'm a Randy Orton guy, but there was that period a little bit where I do feel like he was just kind of going with the flow. Some could say phoning in it if you want to call it that. But when Randy Orton lately has just been on the gas, on going, he's been having great matches. He's definitely rejuvenated. He's enjoying what he's doing right now. I think him and Cena they're gonna have the match itself isn't gonna probably be great. Now I don't give a fuck. The promos are gonna be great. Another person I would love this version of Cena to work with is AJ Styles. You do that in Clash in Paris. I know that's after SummerSlam. So you don't even have to be for the title, because in my mind, I guess he loses the title back to Cody. But in my mind, Cena's still a heel. Or even if you want to do like a version where Cena's back to a babyface, imagine face Cena and face AJ getting the crowd reaction. I think that alone would work. And then the big one, CM Punk. CM Punk and Cena, the history. And you can have that same deal with Orton where Punk's like, I'm supposed to be the quote-unquote bad guy. And imagine him being the one to bring Cena to the light and having him go back to being... Because we all know, I don't think this heel turn's long-term. He's not going to leave as a heel. He's clearly going to turn back as a babyface. I've seen some people try to say Cena should win 17 as a babyface. We've seen Cena have a babyface run as a champion before. I don't need to see it again. I'm far more interested in a heel Cena title run. And WWE is in desperate need of that big bad guy. And if Cena's going to be working a lot more, like they confirm he's going to be on Raw and SmackDown after Mania. And he's going to be around a lot for May, including Backlash, because I saw he was listed. Do Cena or have Cena be the title, win the title? And I'm just going to say it. I love Cody. There's really not a lot of heels for him to face outside of Drew. And to be honest, I want to save that. I honestly think you could still have Cena, Drew, Cody, and Drew feud. It don't even need to be for the title. In my mind, if you want to have like that third guy to join The Rock, I think Drew would be perfect. Have him be like the chosen one, and have him do a little mini feud with Cody, and maybe Drew wins the Money in the Bank. And my booking, Cody wins the title back from Cena, and then Drew cashes in Money in the Bank, and takes the title from Cody. So it like continues their feud. So like their feud for a bit, maybe Cody seemingly wins it, and then that's how he gets maybe a #1 contendership for the title again against Cena. and then Cody wins, and that's how you do it. I think that would be perfect. But yeah, outside of Drew, there's just not a lot of heels Cody can face that he's not faced already. They're not going to do Punk now. That's a Mania thing. I don't want them to randomly turn Orton heel just to do that out of nowhere. Just like, if you're going to have Orton turn on Cena, that should have just happened on Orton turn on Cody, I mean. That should have happened at Mania. That should, instead of obviously doing what you're doing now with Cena. So, Cena winning, I think there's just more to the story. Imagine, like, last year being like a New Hope, and then this year pulling an Empire Strikes Back, where the bad guy wins. Cena doesn't need to win clean. He can obviously win dirty. I'm just going to say it. I think there's more of an interesting story. Cody's had the title for a year now. You won it last year at Mania 40. It's going to be over a year. It's not even going to be a year. It's going to be over a couple of weeks over a year. Let Cena win it for a bit. I'm far more interested in the heel Cena title run, because we do need like that final boss heel character. Because right now, The Rock, I guess, clearly is not going to be able to work WrestleMania. He just can't this year. He can't actually have a match this year. Like, I think he'll be at WrestleMania. He just can't be in a physical capacity this year. So, like, he'll be there, but he won't be able to have like a physical match. So, I understand why they want, you need Cena to win just because of that. You need that final heel role. He was Roman for a while. Roman was that big bad, but now that he turned babyface or like a tweener, there's no heel, there's no final big boss heel, big bad heel. The Rock was for a bit, but he's not able to obviously work Mania this year, so he can't be that. You need, Cena needs to win. Even just for a couple of months, you have that big bad. It would be nice to have, because I think WWE kind of needs it. And eventually, maybe Drew McIntyre, if you build him back up right, could be the next one after Cena. I think that's what you do. And I think it's time we do have a heel WWE champion, just for a little bit. Cody's had it long enough, kind of going back to that point. Like, we haven't had a heel WWE champion in a bit. Like, yeah, we've had, Gunther as the world champion, but it's not his fault. Bless his heart. It's not his fucking fault. This fucking feud with Jey Uso is dragging him down. He doesn't feel like a big bad at all, even with that world heavyweight title, because he hasn't been facing a lot of big, good names. And then they want to potentially feed him to Jey Uso, and it's just not working. So, Gunther could have been that, maybe, but unfortunately, he just isn't. Like, I do think they try to book him like he is, but at least of that world heavyweight title division, but clearly we need a big bad holding that WWE title. I think it just, you know, it needs it right now. I like Cody, but I think it's not gonna hurt him. He finished his story last year. I don't understand the people saying, "Oh, Cena can after he loses realize he did wrong." It's too early to do that. I'm not saying you. Obviously, we're gonna get there where he does get to there, but I think it's way too soon. And I think at that point, he's only gonna be a heel for what 2 fucking months? Not even really 2 months, because you got to remember he missed a lot of March outside of obviously towards the last couple of Raws towards the end of the month, but he missed some of March, at least 2 weeks of March. That's a lot of time in wrestling time. So I just feel like, and then I guess some of April. We don't know how much of April is he gonna be there going into Mania. So that's my other problem. So Cena needs to win just because of that. We're not going to have as much time with heel Cena. I think it'd be dumb to just try to rush him going babyface after Mania, at Mania. Why? Why squander this? If you're going to have Cena, let him be a heel for at least a big portion of 2024. At least 2025, I mean. At least the next couple of months. Like the next several months. Maybe after SummerSlam you turn him babyface, back to babyface, but right now, at least through SummerSlam, I need Cena to be a heel. It's too good. You have this turn. Don't fuck it up. Because that's also going to affect because I have Cena as my second favorite heel turn of all time, just because I've said it. Even if it's not on par, Cena turning is obviously going to be the biggest Cena heel turn since Hogan. It just is. You know, it could have been Austin, but Austin's heel turn obviously was shit, and we all know. There was some good moments, but it just was not well executed, and Austin even acknowledges it was a shit move. He even in an interview recently said it was a shit move. I'm gonna be real. I think Austin being heel, if you were gonna have a be a heel, it should have been like his 96, 97 heel, where he goes more to his aggressive side and maybe attacks baby faces. But the like fucking smarmy pussy heel they were trying to have him play, it didn't fit Austin. Running away from fights, the scene, the segment where fucking Kurt makes him beg. I hated that shit. It really made Austin look bad. He's not supposed to be that kind of heel. And joining McMahon, I've always hated the idea, because apparently they even wanted to do it if Austin didn't get hurt before WrestleMania 16 at Survivor Series 99. They wanted to turn him at 16, supposedly. It was like, no, I never liked the idea of corporate Austin. So anyway, going back to Cena, this is the biggest turn, and squandering it because you turned since Hogan, and you want to squander it by turning him babyface at WrestleMania. It'd be too soon. No, he needs to win. This Cena holding the belt and all the interesting matches you could have. If you don't want to do AJ, because I want personally 8 heel Cena versus AJ. Maybe you don't turn Cena after SummerSlam. Maybe you turn Cena later in the fall, maybe. So yeah, I do heel Cena and AJ at Clash in Paris. Fuck it. Do that at Clash in Paris. I think that would be a good match. We know these guys can go. These guys have chemistry. And it would be kind of funny to see AJ. And it's be another case of another Cena rival being the babyface in their feud. I think it's just... And, I haven't even talked about this. They didn't do it today. I thought they were going to do it today, but maybe they'll do it next week, or at least in the coming weeks. They're going to have Cena beat up poor R-Truth, guys. If they really want to solidify Cena as a heel, R-Truth's a big John Cena fan. They're going to have him beat up. R-Truth's very much beloved by the fans, too. So, they're going to have him get beat up by Cena. It's a matter of time when it happens. I initially thought it was going to happen this week, but I think they're going to it's going to be in the next coming weeks, I think it's going to happen. Maybe if you want to do AJ before Clash in Paris, do it. Because apparently Saturday night's main event's gonna be like after Backlash. Yeah, like if you want to do like Cena and AJ before Clash in Paris, and you can always do a part. I wouldn't mind them facing twice, where maybe Clash in Paris, Cena still does the babyface turn, and then you have them face as babyface Cena versus babyface Styles. But their first meeting, have it be a heel, and you do them at Saturday night's main events after Backlash. Do it there. I think that'd be a good Saturday night's main event match. But I don't know if they're gonna have Cena wrestle though, because if he's gonna wrestle at Backlash, I think he might just do a promo or something. But that'd be cool. I don't. I know a lot of people were booking Cena's retirement tour to be putting over a lot of people. I need Cena to win a lot. If you want to solidify Super Cena even as a heel, I think it'd be smart to have him win a lot. So I love Orton, but I think he probably should win that. I'd I'd probably have him beat, maybe like Punk be the only one I'd have him face multiple times. Maybe you do Punk first. I say you do it at Money in the Bank. Have their first match there. Because obviously there'll be a callback to Money in the Bank 2011. And then what you do is Cena wins there, cheats to win. And then their second meeting, maybe you do, because a lot of people have said you do Cena's last match be against Punk, but I wouldn't hate that. Where Punk brings him to the light. Maybe you do that. Maybe instead of doing Punk and AJ at Clash in Paris, you do Cena Punk at Clash in Paris. Because a crowd like that, and then Cena turning, the pop when he does turn back to a babyface is going to be big. And I think it's going to be well. I've seen a lot of people try to compare it to Stars, and it is kind of similar to The Rock being Palpatine, manipulating Cena, and he's like Vader. Like, yeah. I do think they will change. I don't necessarily think they'll change his gear. I think they'll probably keep the look, but I do think, I still say change his theme temporarily even. But I kind of think it was cool. He's like, I'm not changing my theme or my look. Fuck you. I really thought that was a well done promo. I cannot wait to see more of this John Cena. And I'm actually kind of, in a way it works, that they in a way it works why it took so long. Like 22 years this man was a babyface. So I'm kind of happy they waited this long, because it may have had a bigger impact in 2012 in the sense of he would have been competing every week and all that shit, but it works better for me having it be so long, because now that he's aged, I think the heel look works for him much more, because you can just tell he's tired. Like, when Cena cut that promo today, you could tell he's wanted to cut a promo like that for a long fucking time. It was easy. He got the crowd, and we're in a world now where I saw someone mention this. People mentioned this. I was watching the videos. I'll be honest. I watched that segment a lot today, a couple times. And in the comments, I saw someone pointed out that we're in a world. The people who are saying "Let's go Cena now" are the adults, and the Cena sucks are the kids. Where obviously before it was always the kids do "Let's go Cena," adults where Cena sucks. It's switched now, because the adults love heel Cena. You know, it's the Roman Reigns effect, which is wild in a way. It's, you would think Cena would have been the first to turn before Roman, but no, they turned Roman first, and that was even under Vince. So, but that was because Roman threatened to like not come back from, being gone from obviously the. I'm just gonna, y'all know what I call it. Scamdemic. Because of that, and obviously because of, COVID and tied with Roman's health. That's why they took him off. You remember, and he was gonna face Goldberg at 36. So he had the leverage to be like, I'm not coming back unless you turn me heel. So that was what happened there. But he did not want, Vince never wanted to pull the trigger on Cena. So that they finally do it now, and it's working, and it's the same effect. Like, the crowd, like, the adults are starting to like him now. They're gonna start, but I really like that Cena's not trying to be the cool heel. Maybe that's partially why they don't want to change his look yet, because maybe they feel like that plays into the cool heel thing. And one of my favorite quotes from this promo was, he quoted his promo. He's like, your time is finally up, and my time is finally now. Like, oh, I cannot wait. I wouldn't even mind. I don't think he will do it, but if Cena goes to like NXT and just starts kind of going on some of the NXT people, that would fucking be cool. I don't think he would do it, but that would be fucking funny. But I do think mainly in this Cena final retirement tour, at least the heel version now, I want the focus to be on Cena's, on bigger names. It needs to be main eventers now. Maybe a segment where he destroys Jey Uso would be kind of cool. Like, I do need another segment, kind of like this segment last year, just don't make it a straight up copy, but Cena, if you remember the promo where The Rock, like, was beating Cody and he was whipping him and Cody's all bloody, I need a segment like that with Cena and Cody, where Cena just absolutely destroys Cody again. Kind of like the beating he gave Cody at WrestleMania, at Royal Rumble, at the Elimination Chamber. But I want that again, like, in the parking lot. And I would like to see him and Rock doing a promo together. I'm assuming that's coming soon. I'm actually happy Rock wasn't there tonight, because I think it was smart to have Cena just be Cena doing the promo. It makes much more sense to have Cena doing the promo. And yeah. Anyways, guys, it's kind of what I wanted to talk about, just the effect of the Cena heel turn. And it's my second favorite heel turn of all time. I mean, this is easily like the biggest heel turn since Hogan. The amount of reactions the world reacted to it. It's in pop culture reacted. Even like ESPN and whatever y'all think of ESPN and not, they're not, like, it's in the ether now. Cultural zeitgeist now that John Cena turned heel. Like, even now, the fact that even 22 years later, it's still in the cultural zeitgeist. So I can only imagine if they did it back in 2012. I think it would have been far more massive. It kind of shows me that. It would have been, but in a way, I think it was smarter to do it now. And it finally happened, and watching it live is just... Like, you had Cena make kids cry, man. They were showing kids crying, like, when Cena turned. Like, it was well done. And the promo tonight was a masterclass, so... I'm not gonna lie, this heel turn has definitely bumped Cena up on my, like, favorite scale. He's not gonna ever be, like, in my top favorites of all time. But there's no denying this man is cool. He's definitely in the argument for greatest of all time, like him or not. Because I've always said Cena was great on the mic, and I've always felt like if he went heel, because he's already great on the mic as a babyface, him as a heel, oh man. And even tonight, just the bit we saw tonight, I cannot wait for this next few month run. And I'm going to reiterate again, Cena needs to win. Because I do feel like, what do you do? And I just feel like you having Cena lose now, you just kill all the momentum. And I'm not saying, I guess there's not a way you can salvage it, but Cena, it makes no sense. Cena needs to win. It's not gonna hurt Cody. Cody had and the writing's there. The setup is there. This year should be the Empire Strikes Back ending. Kind of like if you want to compare it to Star Wars, it needs to be the dark ending this time. The setup is there for to have the dark ending. It makes no sense to try to force Cody to win just so Cody can get a win back, and then immediately try to turn him back to a bait. No, that let the momentum go. And we've never seen Cena as a heel champion. We've seen him as a babyface champion literally for 20 something years. I think it's time to see a heel Cena champion reign. We've never seen that ever. At least in real life. Not, the closest we'll ever see it was literally people doing it in like 2K games. Doing it in the games. So to finally have a heel Cena reign potentially in real life, you can't just squander that away. It's too much momentum for Cena right now. A lot of people are even saying, give Cena 17. Just do it. Give him 17. I think it's time. It's right there. Oh, but he should win it as a baby. No. We've seen babyface Cena win titles many fucking times. It's right there, guys. We have never seen a heel John Cena title reign. And I want it, man. And I personally think you kill the momentum if you have him lose. You just did. I don't, especially this early. And if he's going to show up after Mania, what's the point of it? He needs to win. Like, it seems like they're showing much more of his dates. I feel like there's a reason they're doing that. There has to be a reason they're doing that. Especially night after WrestleMania and fucking SmackDown after WrestleMania. Yeah, he needs to win. That's clearly like all signs pointing to he's winning. And if he wins, I need to have Cena do a full-on glow promo where he's just going in on everybody. Have him going on CM Punk, going on certain superstars. Oof, I would love that. And maybe have him kind of remember Randy Orton when he turned heel in 2018 on Jeff Hardy, and he had his whole thing was like, I want to destroy all your heroes. Have Cena do something like that when he wins a title. Have it be like, I'm gonna defend my title against all your heroes just so I can fucking destroy them. I think that would be brilliant. So I would not mind seeing him and Seth. So him and Seth at like a Saturday night's main event would be good. If they don't turn Seth, like say they don't, a lot of people are trying to say turn Seth heel. I don't think there's no point in turning him heel now. The crowd still loves Seth. A face Seth Rollins, like Cena facing people of his past in a way, who were usually the heel, being on the opposite side. I think that alone is such an interesting story. Seth Rollins being he's faced Cena as a babyface, but Cena was still the babyface. They were both babyfaces at that time. But to have a heel Cena versus babyface Rollins. Oh, I didn't even fucking mention Roman. Dude, heel Cena versus Roman, do it. I have no beef with that. If there's like a Crown Jewel or some Saudi show, do it there. I think if you want to have like the best potential Saudi match in terms of star power, but actually could also still be a good match, Roman and fucking heel Cena. And that's how potentially maybe we get Roman Rock. I really think, and even like, I think the storytelling's there, man. And heel Cena and Roman Reigns on the mic back and forth would be fucking incredible. Oh, so there's so many good feuds for heel Cena out there. So I'm ready to see where this goes. So the plan is tomorrow to do not Cobra Kai. I keep forgetting Cobra Kai's show, Karate Kid. I'm gonna do the first Karate Kid movie tomorrow, and like I mentioned, I'm only doing the main three. The first Karate Kid was such a good movie, and I think why it hit for a lot of people. A lot of people love Rocky, right? But it was like Rocky for like the teenagers in a way. had a similar thing, but obviously it was karate instead of boxing. But the similar underdog story, overcoming the odds, Sensei Kreese and Johnny, and it'll be interesting to rewatch because having watching Karate Kid after Cobra Kai makes the movie even better because now you see Johnny's growth from where he goes in the show, obviously, and where he starts. Because we're obviously where he starts. Obviously, he's like your typical bully and jock, and Daniel's just your underdog, and where they both go in that show, and to see where they start in the movie. Same with Kreese, even Kreese and Miyagi. It's just a great film. Wax on, wax off. It's a great. You're the best around. Like, the soundtrack is very 80s montage. Like, Rocky and Karate Kid are like when you think montage music for, like, movies like that. It's very iconic for a reason. And then I love Karate Kid, too. 3 is, outside of Terry Silver and Mike Barnes, it's not the greatest movie in the world, but far better than... I'll give my thoughts on the next Karate Kid maybe in my review of the third movie when I get through that. But there's a reason I'm not doing that one. I'm mainly going to do the main 3. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I've not done these movies earlier. You would think I would have done them a long time ago, but I haven't. So we're going to finally do them. But I think it kind of worked out now that I'm pretty much almost done with the show now because I'm on pretty much the second part of Cobra Kai season 6. So now, like, having obviously seen all of Cobra Kai, I think it was kind of probably good. And obviously, I didn't plan on it like being like that. I just didn't do the Karate Kid movies for a long time. But I think it worked out better because now doing Karate Kid after all of Cobra Kai is finished, and that now knowing how it all ended, I think it works better. Where all these characters' arcs ended up by the end, or at least with the classic characters anyway. So I love Karate Kid. It's a great franchise, so that'll be fun to talk about. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Pin Down Podcast will be doing that best heel turns. We should be doing that this week, and we got some other video ideas, and then we should be streaming Saturday, or at least that's the plan, so look out for that. But anyway, I'm gonna call it here. Alright, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.